hasn't left me yet. Do we have any, where are our local Orlando people? Where are the local Orlando people? Okay, welcome. So you may be familiar, there's a stretch of road close to where I live, from Lake Nona, if you go down to like St. Cloud, there's a road called Narcoossee Road, and this road is crazy, right? And it's a stretch of road, and the other day I was driving with my wife, she needed to get her Starbucks, right? And we're driving down the road, and something caught my eye immediately. When I look on the side of the road, there's a lady walking on the sidewalk. And so for me, it was a shock because here in Florida, you never see people walking on the street, right? It's very rare you see people walk on the street. And I see this lady walk, and I see she's dragging something. And as I'm getting closer to her, she's like this. She had a big, you could tell it was a heavy suitcase, right? And the suitcase was missing a wheel, and she's dragging it. She's dragging. So immediately, my wife and I are like, let's see if we can help her. So we kind of pull over to the side a little bit, and we're like, hey, do you need a ride? We'll take you, wherever you need to go. And she just kept dragging. Not even acknowledging us, just dragging. And I'm like, whoa, like, what's going on? Like, and Connie mentioned it just earlier, you never know what's going on in someone's life, right? She's dragging this bag. We kept trying to get her to say, hey, we'll take you wherever you need to go. Didn't even look at us. Well, Florida drivers are the most friendly drivers you'll ever run into, right? So after about like 10 seconds of getting honked at, we're like, okay, well, let's go. But I had this feeling, I said, let's loop around again. So we loop around, and again, we're back. Hey, like, let us take you wherever you need to go. Not once did she ever look at us. And at that point, I said, I got to drive away. My wife needs her coffee, right? So I drive away, but it kind of stuck with me where I started thinking, I'm like, there's so many opportunities for us to give value into people's lives. And what I love about LifeWave is we get those opportunities here every single day when we're working with, new prospects that are looking at the business, or we're looking at, our new team members that are joining and how we can keep providing them value. And with the Light Success System, what I love about it is it's a key part of this system, right, is giving them value from the very beginning. And then throughout the course of you building the business, you're constantly, as a leader, giving value to your team. And so when I look at what are some of the ways that we give value, obviously we can look at, giving our time, right? So how many of us are on, weekly or daily team calls, webinars, or we look at those one-on-one meetings with the new prospects. So we have all these opportunities where we're giving of our time. And I think that shows a lot of the importance of us understanding the balance of when we're building the business and how much time do we give. But it's a really special opportunity for you to make that connection with that person as you're doing these one-on-one meetings, or if you're doing your hotel events or your three-way calls, webinars, whatever it is. Giving time is part of the way that you give value here at LifeWave in the lives of people. The other way that we can give value is by sharing resources. So, Connie was touching on this earlier, and being able to share tools and information with these people that are looking at LifeWave and looking at the technology. We have the Now app that we've recently launched with videos that you can share, with these, prospects that are looking at the company, for them to be able to get information where you're kind of that, you're the messenger but not the message, right? We have these tools available for you to be able to continue sharing LifeWave. Another way that we can give value is by, we know sometimes you find someone, you're like, man, I'm going to give them, that sample. You're on an airplane, whatever it is. There are ways that, we've seen people completely have an experience, by, going and sharing that sample, and then you never know what can come from that. So there are all these unique ways of giving value. And what I love about the next speaker that we're going to be hearing from, she has spent 20 years. She just celebrated 20 years in the field of network marketing last month. So December made it 20 years. But what I love about her story is this is only her second company she's ever been with. So one that showed me her commitment. When she finds something, she sticks with it. And by her finding LifeWave, she immediately got to work, started building her team, applying all that experience that she had gained previously, has built her team. And, coming as a background as a certified health coach, she already had health and wellness, obviously in the top of her mind. But when she found our technology, came here to LifeWave, has already made a tremendous impact in 2 short years. And she's leading the way of her team. And funny enough, she lived up in a town called Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, with her husband, Scott, for most of that time, and recently moved over to Florida. Yes, she's part of my region, so let's kick some butt, right? And so recently relocated to Ocala, Florida, and she, being a mother of 4 children, a grandmother of 11 grandchildren, an incredible leader who's so passionate, is going to be sharing with all of you right now on how she's been able to give her, prospects and her new brand partners the value as she's building her team here at Lifeway. So please help me welcome to the stage 1-star executive Gina Mote.
I just want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate. 'Cause it's a good day, good life.
Thank you so much for having me. So we've all heard the saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Okay, did you know that a short video is worth 10,000 words? I mean, none of us needs to know how to say photo, bio, module, what? So that was really important. When Scott and I were first introduced to LifeWave, it was through our friend Beth. And the way that she shared was so perfect. She didn't even know it. She sent us a short text message. I found something. I think this will work for you. Okay, that was beautiful. And she sent a video. And truth be told, we didn't watch the video right away because we were kind of busy. I had just gotten out of the hospital, and we were really busy with the business that we were crafting at the time with an Etsy store. So timing was a little funny, but Beth knew what I needed. She knew what Scott needed. And so she followed up. Did you watch the video? And so we did. We watched the video, we watched a little bit, and what I got from that, it wasn't so much any of that, it was her real belief that this would work for us. And so, everybody here, at some point or another, you were brand new, right? You started, whether it be this or something else. Did you ever have that fear that when you share with your friends, they're gonna think that you're selling something? Yeah? And, sometimes that will really hold us back when we think that our friends think that we're trying to sell them something. When Beth shared with me, I fully knew that she would profit from that, and I wanted her to. I didn't want to buy this at Walmart. I didn't want to buy it on Amazon. I wanted to support a friend, right? So, I told Scott that I really wanted to do this, and he agreed, and we bought the great big pack. Because we were committed to trying this for about 9 months. Well, the way that you get started is typically the way that you start other people, right? I want to share with you how we started people off was exactly like Beth started us, but it's not how everybody gets started. I like to post on Facebook. Right in the very beginning, day one, as soon as I got my patches, I posted. I didn't know anything about anything, really, but I made a little post, and people started looking at that, all right? Eventually, I got into conversation with different friends, one of which was like, oh, what are you doing? Her name is Lisa. Lisa told me, oh, I tried that for 1 month. It didn't work. 1 month? Doesn't that break your heart? 1 month. She didn't have any coaching. She didn't have anybody pouring value into her after she purchased, right? My friend Melissa, same thing. Somebody pursued her relentlessly for months and months and months. She finally said yes. She doesn't even know what she bought originally because the person took her information, had a package sent, and never followed up. Not one time. Both of these gals, not one time did the person follow up with them. In Melissa's case, she very desperately needed the patches. She wanted them. And she told me that this person didn't even spell her name right in the system. So that was surprising. So I started helping her out and telling her what to do. In Lisa's case, she was curious, right? She had bought these patches. Do you know that she only used a few of them? She didn't even use the whole package. So no wonder they didn't work, right? We have to pour value into our people, not just when we introduce them to the patches, but we have to keep doing that. I love this new system, by the way. Who loves this new system?